Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, April 18th, 2022, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern. I'm Chart Galuri. You are at the pregame show. This is where I get you ready for the trading day and we get a plan pulled together. If you're tuning in later in the day, you can fast forward to this says 6:30 down here. In about 8 minutes, I'll get started with indices, commodity, crypto, and movers and shakers of the day. Audio visual check, please. Hi, Night Truck, Maria, Lisa, Colby, Dino, Topher, Mary, Amira Asia. Hello, Robert, Empowered, Chuck Z. Thank you. My day can get started. Thank you for being here. I hope you had a wonderful weekend with your family. Hey, Bobo. Hey, y'all. Jorge, how are y'all doing? What are you looking at today? What's catching your eye? I bring you my setups. How about you give me a couple setups? What are you looking at, or what would you like for me to look at? I can take a quick peek at things in the next 7 minutes. For all you early birds, giving time for others to arrive and arise. Do both. And if you could do me a big favor and hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. Gold, yeah, gold looks beautiful. Gold is beautiful. I look at gold every morning with y'all, so we definitely will be going over it. 2015 is your next resistance, right there, 201510. It is a level from March 10th. So here is our retrace. We are approaching 0.618. I think that 2015 level is going to be key. It lines up with the golden pocket retrace on that weekly, as bears will be looking for a weekly lower high, but there's no reason to look for it at this point. The bulls are in control of this chart. Good morning, Kalak and Brandon. Zen. What's going on with Zen? This looks like a nice chart. Like a really nice chart, actually. The daily uptrend. You have support at 120.60. Your support, you're holding the daily EMAs. Let me fix my chart real quick. There we go. It's missing my squeeze indicator. There we go. So we have a squeeze and an hourly EQ, resistance 12604, support 12382. I like this chart. Unusual, an IT name that has uptrends. 12382 will be key. Okay, Empower Gold. Yeah, I've done gold, SBLK. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate it. Marine shipping. It's a beaut, Clark. 3137 is your key resistance, and then $32 double top. Shipping names are in favor. I have a shipping name for you today. So in this case, we're pretty extended up here. That's when I go to the 5 minute and say, okay, I'm going to look for my back burner setups because I can't chase it up here. So I set my alert, tell me when the 5 minute RSI gets to 30, and then I'll reassess then when that alert goes off. Silver. Looks beautiful. You have a support at 2361 and 2337. And on any pullback, I would look to see if 2386 could hold. Prior resistance could act as support. ALSPD. There. It broke over Wednesday's high on Thursday, but it didn't get a lot of follow through, so pretty weak sauce right now. Your resistance is Friday's high, 2609, and support, 2484. Need to break Friday's high to possibly get somewhere, but again, this is in packaged software and most tech has been thrown away. Yep, Christmas Vacation, that's the one. One of my all-time favorite shows, if that tells you anything about my sense of humor. Clorox. So last week we were looking at Clorox to possibly make a weekly lower high compared to 15129, and it did pause a little bit, but it's still one of the stronger charts out there. We're holding the 4-hour EMAs. I still think a weekly lower high is the most likely scenario. I think top fishing 14705 makes sense, and if you break through that, then just back away from the idea because the bulls are taking back over most likely. You're welcome. Okay, SMH. I have something unique on SMH. I believe it's unique. We have this weekly downtrend line here. A third or a fourth touch here would be around 231. I'm not saying semiconductor is going to make it down there, but when I was looking at charts this morning, semiconductor names just kept catching my eye with the weak charts. Look at these daily bear flags. It's just SMH is weak. And we have a daily bear flag that confirmed on Friday. 23732 is the level. If not, I'd be looking down at 231 and then down at 22394. Good morning, Ricky. It was called away from you, Eddie. I don't know what you mean by that. I love GOGL. I've been posting it in our chat room over and over and over. Look at that move. I have it in my dad's account. He needs dividends, and this one has a beauty. 85 cents, then 90 cents. So I like it because it's in marine shipping. It has better volume than a lot of the other names. I think one name was that one. Look at this volume, 85,000, and it's a weaker name. So I want a relative outperformer in marine shipping, and I would say GOGL fits the bill with volume, with a squeeze, firing bullishly, and this beautiful dividend. Bobo, I didn't look at XBI, so I do not chart SOXL or LABU or LABD. Those are 3-time ETF, and they have decay. They really don't help me a lot, so I stay focused on the underlying. So on XBI, we have a daily inside bar, resistance 89.86, support 87.77. XBI was showing off last Wednesday, and then it gave it all back on Friday. Bottom line is some of these names were set to outperform, like IWM and XBI, but with overall market weakness, it's just going to drag on everything, and that's what happened to XBI. And we're breaking below Thursday's low now, 87.58, 87.31. We've broken that now at 86.23. Has to hold. Oh, gotcha. I understand now, Eddie. Hey, Sharon. You're welcome. All right. It's right at 8:29 a.m. Y'all ready to get started? We will take a look at the indices, commodity, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. And this is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. And this is my Twitter, Chart Gal Lori, if you want to give me a follow. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation of what all my bright colors mean. And here's some of my lingo, Queen of the Mountain and Ninjas Only. And I've kind of gotten away from teaching y'all concepts. Well, I guess I teach as I'm talking through the charts. I just jump into the charts and start giving you levels and setups. So I wanted to pause this morning, and if I have time, I'll go through these 4 points I wanted to bring up. I haven't talked about tick trick in a while, and I get a lot of messages, so I wanted to discuss that. Hourly EMAs, just a few concepts. Here are my notes, and if you're a TCG member, I'll be copying and pasting these over in the room so you can mark them up as you see fit. What we got going on with the market, y'all? I must say everything looks, 90% of what I'm looking at looks weak. The market looks weak. US 10-year is flying, and that is a headwind for NASDAQ. I just don't see a scenario where we should be looking overly bullish. I have bearish setups today. As always, I have bearish setups and bullish setups. And if the market is heavy and continues this heaviness like it has this morning, then I would stick with the bearish setups. If the market sees some beautiful rally and bounce, then I would stick with the bullish setups. So I got some different setups for you, but overall I see 2 glimmers of hope for the market. Everything else on my T account that I like to call a T account, let me draw it over here. And if you took accounting, this is a T account. Here's the debit side, credit side. Well, this is the bull side, and this is the bear side. And this is what the tally looks like for me this morning. And then I see a tiny glimmer of hope in the Dow and VIX. I see a tiny glimmer of hope for market bulls, but the cards are stacked against market bulls. And when I do this visual, I don't mean to just beat the visual into the ground, but it just gives you some math, I guess, or conviction level as to what I'm seeing. If I have my T account one morning and it has 2 on this side, 2 pluses, and we have 3 negatives, you're like, okay, that's kind of a push. This is not a push this morning. This is bearish. This is super bearish. The Dow is literally the little glimmer of hope that I see for bulls. And here's the problem. Dow only has 30 companies. S&P has 500 and the Russell has 2,000. So a lot of times we can get muddied signals or cloudy signals on market internals, because if IWM is popping off or is weak, it could cloudy up some of those signals, because just the sheer volume that they have in the Russell and the S&P. Dow has 30 companies. That's it. It's hard to move the market with just 30 companies. That's why we lean on QQQ more often than not compared to the Dow. So what's that glimmer of hope that I'm talking about? Let me jump to it right now. So from the swing low of the week of February 22nd, the Ukraine invasion, to the high of March 28th, we have only retraced about 40% of this move. It is the only indices that are indexed, the only one that has a weekly bull flag in play potentially. Now, this is not a bull flag that print for mom's refrigerator. It has upper wicks of profit taken. We have some elevated bear volume. And remember, last week, we didn't even have a full week. And we still have some elevated volume these last 3 weeks, we have some elevated bear volume. That is one tiny glimmer of hope that I see for market bulls. And the other one is on the VIX. It's the opposite scenario. We have a potential weekly bear flag. So we have not retraced to that 0.382, 2628. We're still below that. This is the only 2 glimmers of hope I see for the market today. So I hope that you're really picking up what I'm throwing down, catching what I'm throwing, because I'm trying to be as crystal clear as possible. Now, as always, when I turn off the microphone, new information enters the market, and we'll see. We'll go from there. I never tell y'all this. I have a alert set for 10 a.m., which is noon Eastern every day for the Europe close. And I look to see if we can get a reversal at that point. So at 10 a.m. this morning, my time, noon Eastern, I'll be watching the European close to say, were they able to turn things around? And then maybe our market could turn around. So we can look at the DAX overnight and Hang Seng. They are at 0.6. They were up ever so slightly. I need to check that. They haven't moved. Were they closed last night due to Easter? I need to delete that because I didn't verify that. They have not moved. Yeah, I'm going to delete that because I don't know if that is true. Good morning. Hi, Mark. All right. So I'm going to delete. Okay, let's go back to ES. So part of the bad news bears that I'm bringing this morning is these 4-hour bear flags that we have on almost all of our indices. Your key support now is 4355. We have that CPI low on April 12th of 1375.50, and we dipped below that overnight. That is not bode well for the market. NASDAQ, we have retraced. So we looked at Dow and we had retraced only 40% have we given back from the Ukraine low to that March 28th high week. But look at QQQ. NASDAQ has retraced to the golden pocket. Our golden pocket is at 13756 and we hit 13729 this morning. Okay, thank you, Amira Asia. Gotcha. I appreciate it. I knew I needed to check myself because those numbers weren't moving. I'm like, wait, I shouldn't be throwing that out as information. So we have a golden pocket retrace. What does that mean? On any bounce, we're looking for a lower high. So that means the bulls are in trouble. And I think Dan just quoted in the room that QQQ has not confirmed an hourly higher low and higher high in 8 days. 8 days. That's a long time. Super long time. So that's step one. And then when they do, bears are going to be waiting for 4-hour lower highs, daily lower highs, weekly lower highs. You get the picture. Okay, RTY. So we have a potential 4-hour bear flag, but you see how we're staying away from that CPI low? We're not down there. IWM has just been a little bit of a relative outperformer toward the end of last week, but still bear flag on this 4-hour until the bulls get over those EMAs and get some more bull volume picked up. And even though I said a lot of nice things about the Dow, only retracing 0.382, we still got a 4-hour bear flag on this sucker too. We did not break the CPI low of 34,000. We did not break that overnight. So the Dow, RTY, so they are stronger than ES and NQ. ES and NQ both broke the lows of the CPI lows. IWM and Dow did not. So I'm thinking today we stick with those names. We look for Dow names, and I have a couple for you for potential relative strength on any bounces. Luna is bouncing. Okay, so this is the US 10-year, and here's the fly in the ointment for the market bulls. This is a potential 4-hour bull flag. Got a little bitty double top here on the hourly, and we pulled back, but I mean, the bulls have control of this chart. As long as the US 10-year is on a bull rampage, as long as it's on that rampage, then I just thought of something I needed to tell y'all. Then it's bearish for QQQ bulls. It's bearish for them. If you want to check out treasurydirect.gov, we have some really cool people in our room that talked about I-bonds this weekend, and oh my, the interest rates are wonderful. I'm not a bond expert, but it may be something you check out, treasurydirect.gov, and then I would check out the I-bonds. Pretty interesting stuff that I'll be doing for me and my family. Okay, some notes. I wanted to remind you that we are our trading process should be running it as a business and not a hobby. 99.9% of hobbies lose money. We are a business, and you must treat it as such. If not, you're just a degenerate gambler. Yes, I said it. Yeah, it is a tough time of year. Okay, so I just wanted to remind you of that. The other little trick this morning, hourly EMA cross. This is Amazon. This is a signal I used to use a lot because it worked well on Amazon. Look at these hourly EMA crosses. Look at this bull cross here, and look at all of the money you could have gotten off the bone here. And look, when we cross to the downside, look at that follow through. So I watch for hourly EMA crosses, and with Amazon, I'm looking for a bull cross to potentially ride up. But hourly EMA crosses, I promise you, you can make a living just trading hourly crosses to the downside or to the upside. And even a stronger signal is the 4-hour. Look, if you would have gotten here on the 4-hour on NASDAQ April 5th, look at all that. That is 1,400 points to the downside. That is a lot of money. That's like $28,000 for one contract, I believe. I did that math in my head correctly right then. But it's having a system and a fishing pole. And I don't talk about EMA crosses enough. I taught you about SOTIMA, slope of the EMA. Look at the slope of the EMA, how northerly and beautiful that is. If you would have taken this 4-hour EMA cross, that is almost 2,000 points there. That is 40,000, if I'm doing my math there. So having a system, a clearly defined system, and sticking to that system with discipline will yield you money. And you can use the EMA cross on the 5-minute. Look, you could use it on the 5-minute. You could use it on the hourly. Of course, the higher the time frame, the more conviction. Then finally, tick trick. I haven't talked about this in a while. So on tick, this is measuring the buying on the uptick compared to the down tick. That is a positive tick. And then to the downside, if you're having a down tick, they're selling more on the down tick than they're buying on the uptick. So what can you do with this information? If you're getting sustained ticks above 600, that's typically going to be a trend day. And I like to watch for this 8 EMA to stay above the 0 line. 5-minute EMA, 5-minute 8 EMA, stay above the 0 line. And that's typically a trend bullish day. And you see Friday, we were up, down, up, down. That's not a trend bullish day. And this was a trend bearish day. So I used the tick trick to give me an overall sentiment checker on the day. Mine are set to the 8 and 21. Sincere Almond, I don't know where you wrote that. I apologize. So, and once again, you can click on the video description, there's a link below, and you will receive a PDF explanation of what my EMAs correspond to. 8 and 21 EMA in the 50, 200 simple moving averages. And so if you click on that link, you'll get a PDF explanation. Okay, I went through all of my levels. Did I do the indices? Yep. VIX, I showed you the weekly bear flag, and we have an hourly double top for now, but there's nothing bearish on the shorter term time frame charts of hourly and 4 hour. Market bulls would love for this to be some type of 6 hour head and shoulders and VIX to roll over, but they have so much room for a 4 hour high or low. VIX bulls are not sweating this pattern at all, and this is bearish for the market. Bitcoin has a potential 4 hour bear flag as well. Okay, the hourly bull break is getting a little bit of follow through. Volume's picking up. Clear this off. You see how we're still below 0.382? That keeps a bear flag alive on the 4 hour. And odds favor a 4 hour lower high compared to 406.05. The question is, how far are these bulls going to bounce? If they can make it up to 39577, they make enough room for a higher low on any pullback. But bears are looking to position in this name. Despite this bull bounce, bears are looking to position. 39553 prior support could act as resistance. Yeah, if you could hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. I'm pretty fired up about the week. I love y'all so much, and I just wish nothing but success for y'all. Okay, same thing on Ethereum. Bear flag on the table, 295753. That's the threshold they need to cross to take the bear flag potentially off the table. Get up to 2981, and you've made enough room for a higher low on a pullback. Resistances that bulls are watching: 2976, 2993, 3010. A lower high is expected compared to 3086. Gold, I went over earlier, but I'll do it again. So I'm watching this 2015 level. This matches up with a resistance from March 10th and the golden pocket retrace from the high of March 8th to the low of March 29th. So commodities charts look beautiful. Commodities charts are in a totally different ball game than the indices. They don't even know what's going on with the indices. They're in a totally different ball game. 4 hour bullish, hourly bullish. Your new support 1991, and that I'm going to set an alert. Tell me when gold gets to 20150. I still have my nugget position from last week I discussed with you. GDX looks great. No problems here. Support 4068. I really want to see 4068 hold, but I will hold my nugget as long as the low of Thursday holds. Okay, oil. On oil, this could be a 4 hour bull flag. Bulls finally got over the 4 hour 200 MA. We had this daily downtrend line. This is what I could foresee happening, is price coming back to retest this downtrend line, and then that would be a good area to bounce at the daily EMAs and the daily 50 MA. Oil is bullish. I would not step in the way of these oil bulls. I would not try to be a scrappy bear here because, again, commodities are on fire. Speaking of commodities on fire, this little nugget, if you want to know the definition of strength, it kind of looks like a lima bean, doesn't it? I like to create these air pockets or draw them and just remind myself when price extends above the 8 EMA, that shows the pure sheer force of these bulls pushing up price and extending away from that very quick 8 EMA. Super bullish. Look how it's holding these EMAs on the 4 hour. I wouldn't mess with these bulls, would not mess with them. So this morning in chat, I gave these extension targets. So the next target is 7931, then 8277. Just a beautiful chart, beautiful extension. And I drew this for you on Thursday, these cool off sideways pattern, which they're doing beautifully to cool off RSI. And so they have these flat tops where they cool off RSI, then they get the extension. And the bulls just continue to do this. I wouldn't stand in front of this chart. And if you don't have a position and you want one, you're really chasing up here, but I'd wait for first 5 or 15 minute oversold for flips and maybe try to position yourself that way. All right. Apple, speaking of flies in the ointment, this sucker's a fly in the ointment. It broke over Wednesday's high, and then it created this huge bearish engulfing candle, and the bulls would just not step in. Apple represents a $3 trillion market cap approximately. Of course, that's a rough estimate, but we need Apple to cooperate. We need Apple for this chart, for this market. We need it. This looks like an hourly bear flag to me. We have a $163 double bottom. That becomes the level to hold. If not, look out below. Am I using hyperbole? Probably, but it's actually pretty accurate. Amazon, I would look to short any pop into the hourly 21 EMA or the hourly 50 EMA in that 30-50 area, 30-56. I would look to short Amazon. CCJ, Dan posted this setup this morning. He's looking to bottom fish a daily higher low on uranium, which has been super bullish. Your support's 3106 and 3104. GOGL, my little darling. So I want first 5 minute oversold on this name. So I'm looking for a back burner strategy here. Tell me when the first 5 minute gets oversold. Doesn't mean I'll take it. I'm going to go assess it. And this thing was able to run and separate from the market. It's not heavily weighted in any ETF. So it can be a money badger, which means it can just do its own thing. It doesn't give a rat's. Yep, you know what I'm saying? So I have the 5 and 15 minute back burner setups on GOGL. METC, this is a coal name, super strong sector. We'll look for back burners and hourly higher low bottom fish setup. On METC, I would look to bottom fish 1903. 1903. And of course, I'd be looking, look at that 50 RSI. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That's super bullish. So I'm going to set an alert for the first 15 minute oversold. I'm doing 15 minute because METC had a good day Friday, but only up 2.5%. Compared to GOGL, it had like a 7% day and then an almost 10% day. So that one, I'm going to 5 minute back burner, and METC, that's why I'm going to 15 minute back burner. So I have to use my discernment and judgment on how I set these back burner alerts. When it's a super bullish push like GOGL, Nat Gas, 5 minute typically will work. When it had a great move and then kind of went sideways on, I keep saying Friday, y'all know I mean Thursday, then I'm going to back off that back burner strategy a little bit and make it a little the hurdle a little bit higher for the bulls or bears. Okay. NEO, I like a top fish on NEO. This looks like an hourly bear flag to me. Resistance 1965. I would like to top fish 1986 if it'll give it to me. I like NIO short. Tesla. Okay, Tesla's in a weird spot. I know y'all going to ask me about it, so I just keep it on here, but it looks like a daily bear flag to me. Now, overall, the weekly is way stronger than a lot of other sectors, like its mother sector, QQQ. It's stronger. What does XLY look like? I haven't looked at that. Come on. Yeah, it's definitely stronger than QQQ and XLY, but I can't shake this daily bear flag. I see it. We have a daily inside bar. So I would, if you want to play Tesla today, I would just say go with the break. So if they're going to break over 998, I would look bullish, and a break below Thursday's low, I would look bearish. So I'm not giving a huge hurdle for the bulls. I just want them to get over 998. They don't have to get through the high of Friday for me to go bullish. Then I think you'd be chasing. I think over 998, I like it bullish. Below 98219, I like it bearish. And I wouldn't position myself within this. I would wait for the break. Twitter is in a precarious situation in all the different ways that you can explain the definition of precarious. If you look it up, you're going to see Twitter's picture in the dictionary. This is precarious. I like a top fish at 47.50. I think Twitter board is just in a really... Elon has put them in a tough situation. If Elon walks, I'm looking for the best short of my year in shorting Twitter. So I'll just say it like that. And I think shorting a top fish of 47.50 makes sense. Yep, Tesla's reporting Wednesday. Thanks for that reminder, Chuck. I appreciate it. Can y'all do me a favor and hit that like button? I'd greatly appreciate it. Let me go look at my notes. Neo has that potential daily bear flag. That's why I'm looking short. Qualcomm downgrade, potential top fish set up on a bounce. I didn't add that to my list here. So Qualcomm, I like a top fish of 137.99. I don't know if they'll give it to us because they're already pulling it down from this morning's downgrade. But the downgrade was to 155. That's above where price is now. It's a downgrade, but still, it's the price target is above where price is. They may not get a lot of movement to the downside, but this looks like a daily bear flag. Is that all I had? Yep. Going through my notes. Did I miss anything? Nope. Okay, what would y'all like for me to look at? I'll go over a name or two. You're welcome, Malachi. UNH. Beautiful. I'm looking at DaVita. I used to work in nephrology. Very familiar with DaVita. Okay, UNH had a terrible candle on, oh, and I forgot Caterpillar. That was one of the names. Big upper wick of profit taking on Friday. Daily uptrend. I like a bottom fish of Friday's low, 53407 on UNH. Caterpillar had an amazing day. I wanted it to be actually a swing report name. It took off so fast Friday that I couldn't include it in the report because it was so extended. This is a little weekly cup and handle that confirmed on Friday. We did not break over 230.43, but Caterpillar looks great. And I like Caterpillar for 5-minute back burner. Let me set that alert. And I like it because it's in the Dow as well. When will Zim bottom? I don't know. My crystal ball is in the shop. Zim looks like a potential daily bear flag. 54.10, 54.21, daily double bottom must hold here. Only hope the bulls have right now. And get over 55.48 is step one. CHPT. Thanks, Empower. CHPT looks like a 4-hour bear flag. We're losing the low of Friday 15.19. If we lose 15.19, 14.33 is next. It does not look good. Oxy probably looks great. Iron Condor on Tesla. George, let me look at that and think through that one. That looks good. I like this to the long side. I like a support buy off 59. That didn't go right. At 59.08 or 58.71. Your resistance is Thursday's high, 60.37. Let me look at Tesla. You're welcome. Okay. With earnings, they're going to have a high premium, get a premium crush. I don't know. George. I wish we were at 50% at 926 here in this big range. Do you see that? I wish we were at the 50%. Then I could sell an Iron Condor and price it up here and down here, saying that we're going to stay within this range. We should get a premium crush on the earnings, but we don't always. It's more of a gamble. I don't know. I see what you're thinking and why you're thinking it, but I just don't know if I'd take it. You're welcome. One last one. MCK. Well, that's just pretty. Beautiful. 317.35 is your new support. Is that all-time high or 52-week high? All-time high. Wow. Rent that for mom's refrigerator. All right, that's it for me. Y'all have a wonderful day. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notify button. Use stop losses or I'm going to come get you. All right, I'll see y'all TCGers in the room. Pre-gamers, I'll see you tomorrow.